Welcome back to Mixed.
And Mingled. We're your hosts,
Misha.
and Miko. On this episode, we're getting into friendships.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one. But
I already have heartburn.
well, on that note, what is the energy vibe? What's the energy check for this one? Because I'm tired, girl. That is my word for today. Tired.
My energy is, huh? Just, huh? Just like, I'm already going. It's Monday, and Monday is, huh? What is
Girl.
happening? Why are you tired? What's going on?
Because Mother's Day was yesterday, and instead of having a relaxing day, I made Mother's Day special for everybody else, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law and the friend that came over. But yeah, I'm tired. I went to
The
bed
true
at
mark of a mom.
I right? Instead of it being about and anyways, but it was a good Mother's Day.
What did you
So,
guys do?
I actually hosted a brunch, which was really cool, and you know me, I cannot half-ass anything. So
You have Pottery Barn everywhere. Pottery Barn threw up in your kitchen.
it's not even that. It's more of if I say I'm gonna host, I
Yes.
am Pinteresting, I am going all out, I'm getting menus, and, Clayton's cousin was here staying with us for the
Mhm.
weekend, so I put her to work, girl. I had a whole list of things to do, and I was like, "You do these, I'll do these," and she was amazing help.
Okay, so that was not what I was expecting because I was thinking that they came for the weekend and they did not leave the guest room. Because when we came to
Oh,
your
no.
house before and I came downstairs and there was the snacks, there was damn near robes and I was like, "I'm not leaving here." So, okay, you did the exact opposite.
No, I actually did have a welcome
Of
basket
course.
for her,
Okay.
and she was like, "I'm so sorry, I got into all the snacks." I was like, "I left you snacks downstairs." She was like, "No, no, I ate all those."
I don't think once people go down there, they don't wanna come back out because 'cause they're like, "Are these snacks refillable? Because 'Cause I'd like more."
Sh She was having a good old time. She definitely enjoyed herself, helped herself to everything that was in the pantry, and I said, "Do listen, when you're in my house, you're
Yes.
home. Just enjoy yourself, feel like home away from home." But she was
But you also
so
paid her
helpful.
in snacks, but that's fine. Right,
I
she got
I
paid in
paid her
snacks.
in snacks. She was such good help, and she's so diligent in what she was doing. It made my life so much easier.
Sous
What did you
chef.
do for Mother's amazing sous chef. What'd
I
you
love
do
that.
for Mother's Day? How
Oh,
was
what did we
it?
do? So Saturday was super fun. I know that's not Mother's Day, but Saturday was really fun because we spent the whole day at, Grace's dance, competition, which was I was
Yes.
I thought I was in an episode what is it? The da 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 Brooklyn Clan, brr, brr, brr. I was like, "Get me on the stage." And wait a minute,
Fat
they
man scoop.
Fat Man Scoop. Wait a minute. an adult they had an adult dance group.
Wait,
And when I say
what?
yes, they did. Now, hold on, because I had a Regina George mom moment
Oh my god.
because I learned that for this group, your child has to be in competition in order for the adults to join. And I was like,
Oh.
Grace, you want to sign up for the competition? Because I want to be on stage. So they were so good, and I loved it because they came out they were in formation. It was so cute,
Yes.
and the energy was so cool. So there were 75 groups, and Chuck and I were like, "Oh my god, how are we gonna do 75 groups?" Grace's, her dances were I think, there was about 30 dances in between. We were front row, like, with our popcorn ready because these kids were so good. It was
Oh,
so
I love
fun.
that.
So, that to me was just the perfect kind of beginning to the Mother's Day weekend because
Yeah.
Grace had so much fun and just it was so it was hilarious because I've also never been in a dance environment with, a lot of cheerleaders and a lot of
Yeah.
the dancers. They don't stop talking. They don't stop talking. So I'm sitting here and, these kids are coming down and they're just, yeah, yeah, so and so, yeah, so and so, yeah, so and so. I'm like, I'm trying to, but I couldn't. But anyways,
That's too funny.
It was a lot that was going on. So then we got to bed late on Saturday night, and then on Sunday, Chuck just made breakfast, and then we ended up going over to our friend's house, and we just spent the day over there, and it was such a good weekend. It was
Oh,
so
that's
much fun.
so fun.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was really
man.
good.
That makes for a
So,
great relaxing Mother's Day. Just a fun weekend overall.
yes, it was definitely one of those things that was just kinda like, it was a cool weekend.
Yeah.
So, yes. So, all right, what is something so we finished out the weekend on a good note because we talked about it before and we were looking forward to the weekend. Now that it's in the beginning of the week, what is something so far that's bringing you joy this week?
Um, Honestly, because I leave on a trip tomorrow morning, I'm ready to
Oh
come
my
back
goodness.
already. I
There
get
goes that
back
schedule again.
it's wild. I get back on Wednesday, but I'm actually pumped because you guys are coming to visit for the weekend, so I
Woot
am
woot.
excited about I told Kingston today, I was like, "Hey, bud, guess who's coming to visit?" And
Auntie
he's
Rico.
like, "Courtney," and I go, "No, she was just here. She's got." He's like, "She does not live here, and one of the people is around your age." And he goes, "Auntie Miko." And I go,
Yeah.
"Yes."
Hi, Gracie girl.
He is like,
I
"Does that
love
mean
it.
Grace is coming too?" And I said, "Yes." He's so excited.
Okay, if I said, Grace, we're gonna go see Auntie Mish and Uncle Clayton, she'll be like, but are Kingston and Charlie gonna be there? Like,
I don't care about those 2. I mean,
she's like, that's fine. What about
the
Mario?
important people are the ones I wanna see, okay?
Yes. I know, we're so excited to see you. It's actually pretty funny how much that it's like there was a lull before we started going down to visit you guys,
Yeah.
and then I feel like now we've just been kinda getting down there more, which is really nice.
Yes, and obviously with my job, I get to see you guys, I feel like a lot more too, which is
Yeah.
awesome, but I'm excited to actually bring the kids back up, this year. So we'll see you guys, I guess, in another
I
month and a
know, because 'cause we're
half.
gonna see you guys in June too.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice because it really did feel for a while that it was kinda like, "Oh my gosh," as soon as you said
It's
we were
been so
leaving,
long.
and I learned you
Yeah.
were coming back, and I was like, "It's just gonna be a phase. It's fine. They're gonna grow out of it. They're gonna be back," and their asses did not come back, but that's fine.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my god.
Yes,
We're always gonna come back. But yeah, I
I know.
mean, yeah, I don't know. It's it's the ever changing dynamics of, when people move away,
Yep.
but I guess that's
Yeah,
really
I
gonna
feel like
lead us up.
well, you put in the effort, you know what I mean? I
Yes.
think that that goes into just putting in the effort, which is part of the friendship, which is all kind of, what we're gonna be talking about today.
Exactly. We're gonna be talking about evolving friendships. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of that, I guess we should take it all the way back to talking about really what kind of friends do we think we are, right? As individuals, what kind of how would you classify yourself as a friend?
I I would honestly, I'm gonna classify myself as a ride or die. If I
Facts.
think that if that was the one thing that I had to put down, and I think that that is it's a good thing for me, but it's detrimental at the same
Mhm.
time. What about you?
I get that. I totally get that. I would summarize it in about 3 things.
Okay.
I'm loyal, I'm fun, but I'm also no bullshit.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
would be the 3 descriptors when it comes to summarizing myself as a friend.
Check, check, check. Yes.
And
I
yeah, go ahead.
No, I think I it's funny because I feel like it's they kind of interweave themselves
Yep.
pretty good, and that's why because I would say like, we've even had, before, we've had our moments where we were just kind of not on the same page, but I
Yeah.
think that ride or die and that, the no BS and the no kind of the loyalty,
Mhm.
they work themselves out.
Oh, they
Yeah.
did, because girl, I've had to talk you off of a few ledges,
Girl,
Angela.
don't let me take my matches out because I'm gonna take them out of my back pocket. They're always there. People don't know they're there, but my matches, all I just need is some gasoline.
Oh my god. Being your friend when we first met was hysterical because you were so sweet, but good God, don't ever cross you because you would light some shit on fire.
It's the Leo. It's the Leo in me, and I know it's so funny because I mean, even my mom talks about it all the time. No joke, I am the most easygoing person that
Mhm.
there is.
Yep.
I don't start drama, I don't start anything, but it's kinda like if you eh, I call it the 3 strikes rule,
Yeah.
where I'm like, "Okay, that's 1 strike, that's 2 strikes, and 3 strikes, it's burning down, and I don't
Yeah.
look back."
Yeah.
And I yeah,
The problem is, though, I don't think other people know when they're on that 3rd strike. They just
that's
think
true.
you're being nice all
That's
the way up until, like, I don't
they
know,
get
a
that
tie
100-word text message that I've sent to Misha and asked her, "Should I send this?" And she's like, "Don't send it." And I'm like, "Too bad I already sent it."
Oh, shit. Ah, here they come. Oh my god, who am I gonna have to fight off now?
What jail money do you need?
Jail money do you need? Listen, I will always show up for you no matter what. I will hide a dead body if need be. Just just let me know.
Just let me know. Just let me know. Well,
Oh
I
my
think
god.
and it's funny too because I feel like I mean, if I think about the things that we went through when we
Mhm.
first started, being friends,
Yeah.
and you and I, we gelled so well because I think that we were kind of going through some of the same dynamics back and forth. And
Yeah.
it was different for me because I have kind of I would say my friendships have evolved in different ways, from forget high school, forget elementary school, but even in thinking about it, I feel like friendships are so cyclical because the same
Mhm.
stuff that you go through in elementary school and high school and college, there is zero different from like your friendships now. The only difference is that your tolerance that you have for what
Yes.
you're going to deal with.
Lack
That's it.
of.
Yes.
Lack of tolerance. I'm not
Yes.
about to put up with your bullshit. I have 2
No.
children and I have a husband and a dog. No, ma'am.
No, there's no more room for it because
No.
so okay, do you remember this was and I will not name names, but this is when you were friends with these people and I kind of came in
Mhm.
and remember one friend started dating her husband. No, that doesn't make sense. One friend and her husband became friends with your friend and his girlfriend, and they iced you out. They kicked you. Remember, they kicked you out because like there was a party that was going on and you weren't invited, and it was because the girlfriend was jealous about you and you found out about it.
Wait, wait, wait. Hold
She
up.
said
Hold on.
memory
Wait a minute.
unlocked.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Does
Yes, you
this
remember.
I know, but
We went to the bar in Baltimore. Think about that.
shit. Who was this? Mm,
It was a person who I met at Jackson's.
oh, Jay?
Yes.
Oh, girl. No, he was
No, you
Wait.
weren't mad at him. Remember, we were friends with his girlfriend. Yes.
Dude, that's right. She would
Yes.
wait, I feel like this is a recurring theme, by the way. It's like
Yes.
I have such strong guy friends, and
Yes.
then the girls come along and they get a little intimidated, and I'm going,
Yes.
"Ma'am, you have absolutely nothing to worry about."
That
Like,
is what happened because we were at my apartment
wild.
and you were so upset because you found out that there was something that was going on. I wasn't invited anyway, so that's fine. But you were
You
invited.
know what? I totally forgot who this girl is, but
And I
I'm
was like, let me take out my Facebook and I start unfriending everything.
oh my god, that's funny. But
The
no,
unfriend.
this occurred again with a mutual friend of ours who no longer is really a friend of ours. Um,
Yes. Mm,
yeah, it's kinda hard
yes.
to I don't wanna obviously, yes, definitely not trying to name names, but that has happened where said girlfriend or wife came in
Yes.
and all of a sudden she was icing everybody well, she iced me out, and I was like,
Yes.
"Girl, ma'am, I'm the least of your worries."
Mhm.
But
Well,
anyways.
you know what I mean? But I think that that's kind of that goes into I mean, that even just kind of opens it up to like friendship with dating
Mhm.
and with marrying and how
Yes.
that completely can alter the course of a friendship.
Absolutely. And I feel like this is very important. I feel like a lot of girls when they're younger, I would say young ladies, maybe not girls, but like young ladies, when you're in your 20s, your late 20s and you're still exploring, you
Mhm.
tend to get so involved with a guy you're dating, guy or girl, whoever, just the partner that
Yes.
you're with, and
That's
you
so true.
forget, you just start distancing yourself
Yep.
from your friend group, and your friends are like, "Whoa, hey,
Wait a minute.
FYI, we'll still
I'm
be
still here.
here," but, you know, yeah, and it's very sad to see, but I also feel like it's such a what is it? It just happens so frequently, almost unnecessarily, and I want to make sure that my daughter, she doesn't do this. Like, I want her to understand the balance of
Yeah.
having this important person in your life and still maintaining your friendships.
I think but I genuinely think that I don't think that women or men, I don't think that they get that because when
Mhm.
and they do. They get it when they get it
One
once they're tired of their partner and they're like, "I've had enough of
exactly.
you right now and I need a
Yes.
break." Because I 100% guilty of, dating someone and just straight dip out and go under the radar. And it's
Yeah,
like,
girl, I know.
"Miko,
I'd be like, "Chirp, chirp, Miko."
what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm waiting for them to ask me what we're doing.
Crickets.
Why are you talking to me? I'll text you tomorrow." So but then after you kind of, it's that 2, 3 months of that dating period and your friend, but that's when and I get it because you are so excited about dating that person.
Mhm.
And then your friends are excited, but they're also like, "Don't forget about me."
Yeah.
But then they kind of get put on the back burner. And
Yeah.
then there's a little bit, they come back, the
Yeah,
friendships come back,
they
but
do.
it's just, it is definitely, it's an awkward phase because that people are trash talking you behind your back.
Yep.
And
I
then,
I had a high school best friend. Actually, she's still very close to me to this day. We just don't talk as often. Actually,
mhm.
I just texted her yesterday. But I remember I was dating this guy when I first moved to Maryland, and he was he was jealous. And I remember him asking me to essentially, like, drop my friends, and at that
Yeah.
point, I had moved here, I didn't know anyone really, my cousin that was here, his friends were just up his ass because he had money, and I was not
Hmm.
down with that, and this guy kinda just became my fixation with I was young, I was 18
Yeah.
at the time,
Yep.
17, 18.
It's a whole
So,
different
I
ball
remember
game.
calling her going, "Hey, I can't put you first right now as my best friend." So, she was like, "It's okay, girl, I got you, don't you
But at least you
worry."
said it. You laid it out
Yes.
there. You didn't go crickets.
I didn't go crickets, but I essentially did, and I looking back now, I would have slapped myself like, "Bitch, what are you doing?" Like,
Yeah.
this is not okay, like, this dude is temporary, and these feelings are temporary,
But
but you
at that
don't
time, you don't know
yeah,
that. At that time,
exactly.
that is everything. Everything is everything. And so it's just like you just want to be with the guy, you want to do everything. And then if
Yes.
they're not busy or if they're out of town, that's when you're hitting your friends up and you're like, "Hey, what are you doing? Let's hang out."
Mhm.
And they're happy to
Mhm.
see you. But it's definitely, it can be, it is a dance.
Yes.
It's a dance, and it's kind of one of those things where I feel like, it's an awkward dance.
It's an awkward dance, but it's a dance that gets perfected as you go through different seasons or different relationships,
Yes.
especially as you're getting serious with someone,
Yeah.
even pre-marriage. Because let me tell you, Clayton knows very well. Our third date was my Friendsgiving. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
and you introduced him to the crew.
Okay.
That was a that was an
I
experiment.
it was not an experiment. It was 100%. I was,
Throwing
at
him into
that
the
point,
fire.
I was throwing him in the fire. I said,
Yes.
"Listen, the first date was great. The second date, was really good." So I was like, "You know what? Screw it. Third date, it's gonna be my Friendsgiving. I want you to come.
Yeah.
If my friends like you, we can continue this, and if they don't,
Yes.
peace, homie."
Yes. That's
And
it.
I was not about to go through the gauntlet. I'm just like, "Do you?" But of course, this dude rolls in and he just works the room, and I'm like,
He sure
"Ah,
did.
dang it."
He came in and people liked him more than they liked you. They were like, "Is he can stay and you can
He
go."
can stay. Yeah, exactly. As I'm back there chewing on a freaking turkey neck because it is Thanksgiving.
You did not care. You
I did
you were
not
over there
care.
crunching in the corner.
Nope. I didn't care. Matt was like, "What is she doing?" And Clayton was
That
like,
was
"I
so
she said a
funny.
turkey neck?" But
Yes,
yeah,
she did.
yeah,
Well, what about, like, even I guess I feel like that's also setting boundaries in friendships too,
1000%.
where you are understanding. But I feel like that's something as you evolve, as you get older, because you start to set those boundaries of, "Hey, this is what I have going on. You can respect it or not respect it. And if you don't respect it, well, then this is kind of like, this is where it is." Because even as we've dated and
Mhm.
as we have kind of evolved
Not
throughout
not
our
you and
friendship
I,
and
you and
no.
Chuck.
Yes. Oh, we
You
should
said
be
"we"
going
and I
not
was like,
dated.
"Wait a minute, wait a
Let
minute.
me just
Did I
clarify
miss
that.
something?"
We're not that mixed and mingled. Um, no, it's
Girl, too
just
funny.
we have it's funny because even, like, Chuck, he had friends. This is the craziest. So, he was friends with someone, and when I came along, m my husband, he can talk to a wall. He can talk to
Mhm.
anybody, and so
Yes.
he was friends with this, group of people, and one person in particular, they didn't care for me, and at first, it was kinda one of those things of, like, am I just am I thinking this is kind of in my head? Is this a real legitimate thing? And we had a couple of times that we hung out with this group of people, and it was very, very blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
So it was a complete, this is not going to work. And so
Mhm.
it was kind of one of those things where he didn't even have to choose. It's obviously it's me, but I feel like that is something that also happens, and it not just something like that, but when, you know, friendships don't get along or when there's issues and it starts to kind of decide what are we doing here? Because
Yeah.
in your 40s, I don't need to take you with me.
Nope.
I
Nope.
don't need to fix this.
Absolutely not. No, and that's very valid. There's always gonna be someone, and I get it, sometimes they're looking out for the interest of the new incoming, not in new co incoming, but, like, their friend. So
Yeah.
they're looking out for them, and they're like, "I don't know who this new girl is or this new dude is, but I'm very weary of them." And listen, I am that person. I
Hmm.
am typically the person who is reading you up and down to make sure you are a good match with said
Yeah.
friend of mine. That's, a bit of the ride or die piece that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. I want to make sure that yes, I'm not seeing any red flags, any
Hmm.
blatant, red flags waving around. Um, but my job is also to just relay those, but not stand in the way.
And
That's
and you do that not only, like, with your friends who are dating, but just even friends in general,
yeah.
because we had a friend group that was solid, for a couple of
Mhm.
years that you introduced everybody, and there started to become some fragmentation within that group, and there were some people that were coming in, there were some people coming out, and it was kind of this weird fracture that was happening because some people got along and some people didn't
Yeah.
get along, and it was kind of trying to, like, everybody kind of seemed to be, walking this tightrope of how do you like, what do you do when the group chat is dying?
A
There's
1000%.
right? You had your group of 10 people, and now you got
Mhm.
5 different side conversations that are going on.
Yes.
It's a weird balance.
I don't think that changes as you get older. I
It does
think
not.
it just evolves into a different level, a
Yes.
little bit more respectable level. Like,
Mhm.
you understand the different commitments that are in everybody's lives.
Mhm.
So there's a bit more understanding with that. And you just understand who you vibe and who you don't vibe with. And
Yep.
that's totally fine. Cause
Yes.
yeah, there are some people I've been a part of some group chats where I like Homer Simpson in the freaking in the back in the weeds.
You just fade out. Well,
Yes.
it was funny too because I've kind of navigated this is a whole other topic, but it's still kinda I guess it's, like, on topic. So, with Grace being in elementary school,
Mhm.
and I,
Mm.
was kinda thinking to myself, "Okay, I'm gonna meet some new mom friends, and this is gonna be great."
Ooh.
And I'm showing up, to the parties or whatever it is, ready to mingle, and it just
Yeah.
didn't seem to work. Or I kind of and, God, it's like it's so crazy because sometimes it feels like it's high school all the way back over again where you're finding out, you know, I don't vibe with
Yep.
this group, or this person talks too much, or this person's just straight up mean, or I don't like their kid.
Mhm.
So it's just not going to work.
Listen, that is so accurate because I'm sorry, I will get in between a relationship that my kid is friends with another kid if I don't vibe with their parents
Yes.
because I am a firm believer I want my kids to be surrounded by and listen, every kid is great. Well, no, take that back.
She's
I am just a firm believer that if I can't just hang out with you and be myself and I have to be acting other than,
yes.
it's not a good situation for me, and I get it. Your kid and my kid might be great, friends at school,
Yeah,
but it's
and
really
that's it, and
that's where
that's
it's
where it
gonna stay.
stays. It's
Yeah.
so true because there were times, I mean, no lie, I had come home or, it was a Friday or something, and I'm looking at my husband and I'm like, I should be meeting more moms, I should be doing more this, I should be doing more that, and then I was like, "It's Friday, I don't wanna talk to anybody, it's fine." But
Yeah.
the best the best thing that I had heard, and I know you have heard this before, I did not hear it until recently, that the difference is that you can be friendly with
Girl, I
people.
told you this.
Oh, that's why I heard it. My God. There we
Oh my
go.
god.
I knew
I'm
I
sorry.
heard it
Okay,
from somewhere. There we go.
finish the
But but
sentence.
it was oh my God, I can't even believe it's such the aha moment of you can be friendly, but you don't have to be friends. And I just sat there
Yes.
like, what the hell? Why did I never think about that? And that has
Yes.
been so powerful because it makes me think about like if we're not friends, that's fine. It's
Mhm.
perfectly fine. I have my set of
Yes.
friends. I don't need new friends. And it's just it helped me to just to chill out.
Yeah. And I love and because I know you wear your heart on your sleeve,
Yes.
so when you get into some situations where, like, "I just don't understand. This mom
Yeah.
is, like, icing me out or whatever," and I'm like, "She'll be alright. Just
So
keep it moving."
and
Like
it's yes, it's been so freeing because
Mhm.
I like to have friends,
Yeah.
and from like the hours of 9 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday from 10 to 2, and then I go home. But I feel like that has just been something that now I start to kind of carry myself by. And
Yeah.
I'm about to be 44 years old. And that was so pivotal for me to think to myself, because you do, I mean, I feel like we still look to people for approval. And I'm like,
Mhm.
why am I looking for approval from people who don't I don't necessarily align it's not align with, but we're not the
Yes.
same vibe.
Yes. A and there's nothing wrong with that, especially as we get older and our time that we have
Mhm.
becomes so much more valuable. You
Right.
wanna use it, spending it with time I mean, spending it with people that you truly, can vibe with, that you
Yes.
can have deeper conversations with versus,
Mhm.
"So how's the weather today? Oh, did you just see little Tommy at sports? Oh, did you" like I'm sorry. If
I'm
all
not gonna
I'm talking
kiki.
about I can't. I need to be talking about something of substance with you, and if I
Yes.
cannot, it makes it difficult for me to then classify you as, like, a true friend. That's just
That makes
me
sense.
just calling you friendly,
Right.
and that's
Right.
fine. I can be friendly with everyone, but there are a select close-knit people where I can actually sit and talk to,
Right.
and it feels great to and this is also with this podcast, like, we get to now talk about all these things that are on
Mhm.
moms' minds, right?
Yes.
Yes, the awkwardness of meeting new moms, the
Yep.
awkwardness of basically dating moms because you're trying to find new
It
friends.
is. It's so true. You're introduced to a whole type of Tinder
Yes.
when you are at the soccer games, or
Yep,
you're at the dance studio, or
yep.
you're at, I don't know, some kids event when nobody knows each other, and you're trying to figure out, okay, well, who's gonna swipe right with me over here? Is this
Mhm,
gonna,
mhm.
I don't know. So okay,
That
so
is so
then
true and so spot on. It's like
it's
Tinder.
friend Tinder. It is friend
Yes.
Tinder, and you're either gonna swipe left, and there are some hard
D
lefts.
yes.
So then what do you, just kind of thinking about that, like, what are your values? What is something that you value now more in friendships?
Oh gosh. Honestly, I feel like right now I value moms that understand the grind, and
Mhm.
they give grace for the grind, and
Right.
don't, like, if you're catching feelings because we haven't texted in a while, it's
Mhm.
because I'm across the country on a work trip, but I definitely do my best to communicate as much as I
Yes.
can. And I'll do the random pop-up check-in to like, "Hey, how you doing?" There are
Yep.
times you and I go like a week and a half without talking
Yep.
to each other, and I'm like, "Hey, you alive?"
And I'll send you a meme back like the four.
Yes, and it's just the understanding and the grace that we have a lot that's going on.
Yep.
Everybody's lives look so differently, especially as a mom, you're juggling so much, but just being there still and understanding and giving that grace and not just trying to stop being friends with someone because you're not in that same position.
Right. Yeah.
What about
I
you?
agree.
What do you value now in your friendships?
I would say, I mean, I feel like, I think that's that same thing. It's just understanding that, and I feel like my people, that we get that, where
Mhm.
it's just understanding that everybody is just trying to survive.
Yep.
Everybody is just, when we talk, we talk. When we don't, we don't. Like, one of my best friends who lives in Washington State, we will go for a month without talking. We have gone for
Mhm.
years without seeing each other, and we'll see each other, and it's just, you pick back up where you left off. So
Yep.
I feel like it's just that, it's understanding and also the supportive piece,
Yes.
because turning there's a button that is pressed when you're 40 where stuff just starts breaking down, and the only book that we had was What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Oh
There
my
is no
god.
book for 20s or 30s or the effed up 40s. So I I value time to be like, "Hey, this is happening.
Yes.
What is this?" So I feel like that's,
Yes.
I want to be able to sit with you, and I don't want to know all of, like, the perfect things. I don't want to know that.
Mhm.
I need to know that I almost peed myself on a walk. Did that happen to you? And the person's like, "Yeah, girl." Same.
Oh my god, because that's so true.
Yeah. I need honesty. Like, I need
Yeah.
honesty, and I think that's the other thing too, is I value honesty with
Mhm.
a friend. So it's, we're there when we need to be, and
Yep.
then there's that honesty piece, and then it's just being able to be laid back. I think that
Yes.
that's also important too, because the grind is real, and when you have the time to just sit down and relax, it's nice to just hang out and talk to a friend.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's I want that to continue as we get older because, yes, we do definitely change, but these are still pieces that have formed with us and changed and altered and up
Mhm.
leveled since we've been through all these different phases of friendships.
Yeah.
And I feel like as we got older, we just started to really pinpoint in who is worth our time,
Yes.
who is worth your loyalty, like, if
Mhm.
are you gonna show up for me like I'm
Yep.
showing up for you? And sometimes I don't expect that because I can already peep what kind of friend you are, so I'm like, "Cool, we're surface level friends, got it." Or
Right.
"Do you need help with your kid? I'll come over, I'll help you." Do you like,
You can tell, you can catch it
Yes.
super quick. It's funny too because even as we talk about it, I think about my mom, and, my mom has maintained probably the same 7, 8
Yeah.
friendships, and it's funny because it never registered to me until now that those are her
Mhm.
people. Those were her ride or dies, and this is from, being in their 30s and me thinking they were old then. I'm like, "Miko, what were you thinking?" And
Yep.
now that we're there and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is," these people that she had, those were the people that, I have, that I'm
Yeah.
finding, or that I realize that that's what she had. And it was only, it's only like 8 people, that you keep the circle small,
You
and
don't need a big circle.
I think that that's how those friendships, they're maintained
Mhm.
season after season after season. They are there.
Yeah.
They were friends since their 20s, and they're in their 70s now, and they're
Yeah.
still like
Wow.
tight. It's crazy.
That's wild. I think one of the other things I've been trying to do, especially because, we're in different phases in comparison to, like, some of our other friends,
Hmm.
is, either, friends that don't have kids or friends that do have kids, is trying to be more intentional about, "Hey, I'm coming to see you. Come down and see
Hmm.
me. Do you guys wanna go on a trip? Like, let's do a" like, my high school friends, we've been out of school now, oh god, 26 years, Jesus. Oh my god,
I
I'm aging
can't.
myself.
Ah!
26 years, and, 2 of us went on a trip last year. We're trying to do, like, a once a year,
Yeah.
trip, or maybe just a once every other year, but just to reconnect, and it's so important to hold on to those pieces of you before you were who you are now,
Yes.
and just
That's
those.
so true.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you get me by myself in the club, and girl, no, but again, only from the
Get
hours I want
off
to go.
the bar, Miko.
I want to go to a club from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and then let me go home. That's it. Maybe even four.
That's a great business venture right there.
During the
The
daytime, that's
40s
it.
and up club. Oh
Done.
my god, that is too funny.
I love it. I love it. So then what would you say are like your requirements for like your friends now moving forward?
It's, kinda just what we just talked about. It's the understanding piece.
Mhm.
I don't have time for needy friends. We're
Okay. Yep.
all in such a we're being tugged at so many different, levels, but I want a friend that we can still sit, chat, have a good time, laugh, and
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a calendar almost for some of my friends, where
That
I'm
calendar goes deep because you
yeah,
know that when the crayon that takes place to
yeah,
have to figure out when you can
yes,
meet, and just that understanding that it might be a while, but when we do, we're going to get together. It's going to be fun. And that's what it
absolutely.
is. Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking for in my friendships. Yes, I want the nitty-gritty, the let's talk about the deep stuff, but I also
Hmm.
we're moms with young kids. Let's go out, let's have a good time, let's turn mom mode off for a night.
Yes.
And let's
Yes.
just be girls, chit-chatting, doing all the things.
And
Yeah,
reminiscing on like the fun stuff.
reminisce on the fun and no drama.
That
If there
part
is
right
drama,
there, cut it.
slide to the left.
Cut it. Hard swipe.
Or swipe left.
Hard swipe. Done.
What about you? What are your requirements
um
now?
I I think that it's the same because I think that I will say that I am a very young soul. I am a young soul. My heart can't take just, um, I would say negative energy. And
Yeah,
so I just want good energy. That is it. As long as I have it, I've got room. Let's hang out. When we hang out, it's great. And it's really just having fun and just being there, being present. I think that that's a requirement for sure.
I absolutely love that, and I think that is very vital for our stage in life right now.
I agree. So, I mean, I feel like we kind of went through the gamut, a little bit of
Yeah.
this, a little bit of that, talking about friendship. And I feel like just kind of that ending thought and just kind of the whole I guess, review of everything is that friendships, they don't end. I feel like they just evolve, and it's just this continuously evolving thing that we learn from and that we just keep growing from.
I 100%, 100% agree. All right, so tune in next time. We're going to talk about funny and relatable stories about dating before marriage.
So until then, stay real
Stay relatable and keep it mixed.
and mingle.